Greetings and salutations. It's Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement, back with part 2 of my year in review. This time I am going to reveal my top 12 new releases of 2022. First part was uploaded about a week ago, where I just talked about my favorite purchases of the year, whether it be a box set or a reissue or a Zappa hat, whatever. It was just more of a fun thing. But a lot of great albums came out in 2022. I thought it was a great year. Check out Scott at the Prog Corner. He just did top 25 non-prog albums of the year. Great list. So much stuff for me to explore on his list. Another channel called The Long Cut did one too. And again, there was lots of stuff on there I'm not aware of. I'm taking notes. So there's lots to catch up on. Anybody who says there's not a lot of good music comes out these days is wrong. There is a lot of really good music. So let's get started. Number 12, a band that's not really in my wheelhouse, but I heard a couple of tracks from this when it was released and really dug them and thought I'll buy the record, give it a shot, and I really liked it. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Unlimited Love. This is a great kind of comeback album for the Chili Peppers. There's some great tracks on here. My favorite being Aquatic Mouth Dance. A lot of songs on this album. There's like 17 songs or something on here. Really well done. Great rock album, alternative rock album, whatever you want to say, from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Excellent. Number 12. Number 11, Canadian artist, Skye Wallace. Skye just put out a new album within the last few weeks called Terribly Good. This album rocks. It's amazing. Great rock album. Probably the best rock album I've heard, new rock album I've heard in 5 to 10 years. Excellent album. Skye Wallace, Terribly Good. Check it out. There's the song titles on here. Make a note and listen on Spotify or something and check it out, or YouTube. I especially like, there's one ballad on this album called Keeper. I absolutely love that song. And the rest of the album's just great. Any of the other songs rock, Tooth and Nail, The Doubt, everything is fine. It's a great record. If you like rock music, you'll love this album. Number 10, we are going with a prog album, Porcupine Tree. I've got a cold and I know I'm going to cough, so excuse me. Let's hope I get through this. Porcupine Tree's Closure Continuation. Great kind of comeback album for Porcupine Tree. Not really a bad song on this. Takes a few less listens to get into, but pretty good. Great Steven Wilson vocals on some songs, some great instrumental parts. Just a really good album. Check it out. Porcupine Tree. Number 9. Excuse me. I was turned on to this album by Mazzy and Larry Graves. Orville Peck, Bronco. Fantastic record. It's if a threesome, if Chris Isaak, Elvis Presley, and Roy Orbison had a menage a trois and had a baby, it would be Orville Peck. Very cinematic, that kind of Chris Isaak sound guitar, and the vocals, kind of a haunting, deep voice, and really a lot of atmosphere and a lot of room in the music. It's really just a wonderful record. Bronco by Orville Peck. Fantastic album. Well worth checking out. Okay, number 9. Number 8, if you're a Rush fan. I'm not sure if you're going to be disappointed in this or you were excited by it, but Alex Lifeson, his project in 2022, Envy of None. That's the name of the band. That's the name of the album. It's Alex Lifeson, Andy Curran, and this, what's her name? I got to find out. Maya Wynn, that's how you pronounce it, sorry. Maiah, Wynne, Wynne. She wrote the lyrics. She's a singer, and I think this woman's going to be a big star. This is a great album, really good. It sounds nothing like Rush. It's which surprised me. I thought it would, just with the guitar would kind of ring a bell on the Rush thing, but not really. Great songs, great lyrics, just a really, really good album. Envy of None. Number 8. Number 7, Tears for Fears. One of my favorite bands from the 80s. I'm not a big 80s guy. There's a few, but not many. And Tears for Fears is one of the top ones for me. Songs from the Big Chair, Sowing the Seeds of Love. I love those albums. They came back with this album, The Tipping Point. Man, it's fantastic. I think when I first got it, I was going, this is the album of the year. And it rightly could be. It's just a great album from them. Very introspective. I understand one of the band members' wives passed away from cancer, and a lot of the songs deal with that kind of thing, and getting older and passing and whatever. But wonderful, wonderful record. Fantastic. The Tipping Point, Tears for Fears. Okay, number 6, a Roots album from my favorite guitar player on the planet, Ry Cooder. Ry Cooder collaborated with Taj Mahal. They got together in Ry's son Joaquin Cooder's living room and recorded this album called Get On Board. This album is fantastic. If you like I'm going to say acoustic blues and just roots music in general, you got to hear this album. It's great. It sounds amazing too. Ry Cooder and Taj Mahal. It doesn't get much better than that. This album is fantastic. Non-Such Records. Number 6. Okay, number 5. This one came out of the blue for me. I have never paid any attention to Radiohead. I know a lot of people absolutely love them. I just have never given them any time at all to listen to their music. And this year I was told I should check this album out, The Smile. The band's called The Smile. It's Tom Thorne and the drum guy. Someone's going to know it before I get it. A Light for Attracting Attention is the name of the album. This album's fantastic. It really is. It's so interesting. Oh man, excuse me for not getting the names. I'll find them. You guys know who they are. Tom Thorne, John Greenwood. That's it. Excuse me, but just a great album. So I'm doing my CD exchange with Brian from Massey's Main Entertainment and Randall Nelson and Rich Strickler on Rich Strickler's channel this morning. The video has just been uploaded. We do a CD exchange, and coincidentally, Brian asked me, it was his turn to give me a CD if I listen to any Radiohead, and I'm going, no, but I'm really into this album, so it's time. So anyway, The Smile. Fantastic record. Number 5. Just gets better and better with each listen. Number 4. Okay, the top 4 here. I'm losing sleep trying to think what's number 1, what's number 2, what's number 3, what's number 4. These are 4. These are 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. All these 4 albums are incredible as far as I'm concerned. I've been bragging up this album for months. It's a project by the Tedeschi Trucks band, I Am the Moon. It was a 4-album series. They put out 1 album in a month from like April or May on to August or whatever. 4 albums, all dealing with the same subject matter. They all have the title I Am the Moon, and then with a subtitle. The whole premise was that during COVID, all the band members were told to read the book that, the song Layla that Eric Clapton did. He took that title from some kind of old poem or old book of some kind. And so they said, okay, let's read the book and get inspired by it and write songs based on your thoughts after you've read it. And they all came back with these songs, and came up with this project. It's absolutely incredible. It's so good. It's the project of the year. I could have made this the album of the year, and I think for the last few months I've been saying this is the album of the year. So I'm going to go with Crescent, #1. Just an incredible record. I Am the Moon, Tedeschi Trucks Band. I absolutely love this. There's the other 3. They're available on vinyl too, in box sets and all kinds of configurations. But if you haven't heard this, check it out. It's so good. #3, I had a hard time not making this #1 too. Oh my God, I love this album. So Jack White puts out 2 albums this year. The first one, Fear of the Dawn. I got this, and it's, I'd say it's fairly heavy for my standards. I guess if you're into heavy metal, you might not think so. But, and the guitar has a certain tone to it, which it was hard for me to keep listening to it all the way through. I can listen to a couple of songs and then I got to take it off. So I'm just showing you this album in context with the one I've chosen. So there's this one, and it starts with a song called Taking Me Back, which is my favorite song on this. Then I got the second one called Entering Heaven Alive. This one is incredible for me. This is more of an acoustic album. Great songs, so catchy. When I mentioned Taking Me Back, the opening track on Fear of the Dawn, well, this has Taking Me Back Gently, the last song on this album. And oh my God, that is just, oh, so good. I love this album. Absolutely love it. Entering Heaven Alive. If you like acoustic music, because I really like the Jack White acoustic performances album, the acoustic recordings. I Got You Surrounded. That's a good song too. It's kind of this, I don't know. It's, I don't know what you call it, like electronic type of thing or something. I don't know, but it's really hypnotizing. Great record. Absolutely incredible. I got to see Jack White this year. Great performer. #2, Sam St. John is going to be happy with me. John Mellencamp, Strictly a One-Eyed Jack. This album could have been #1 too. I think for a while I was saying this is the #1 album. When I first got it, I couldn't get it off out of the CD player. I want to get the vinyl on this eventually, but I'm just buying so much other stuff. I just got to put it on the back burner. But what a fantastic record from John Mellencamp. His voice, I guess over the years of smoking and whatever else he does, his voice has gotten really raspy, and he sounds like Tom Waits doing Louis Armstrong or something. He's got this weird voice now, but the songs are great. Love the instrumentation on this, very sparse. Bruce Springsteen shows up and does a couple of duets with him on this. Fantastic record from John Mellencamp, Strictly a One-Eyed Jack. #2 of the year for me. #1, odd record, man. Roll a doob and smoke this thing. I'm telling you, I don't do that stuff anymore, but I'm telling you, I get high just from listening to it, just from his voice, and his songs are so quirky. Kurt Weill, Watch My Moves, the #1 album of the year. I love this album. It's fantastic. It gets better and better and better with each listen. Kurt has this way of writing about really mundane things, and he's got this kind of weird, like this voice, or he's just going, I got up this morning and I made a coffee, and it's just, I'm going on tour with Neil Young, that should be fun. Like, it's just, it sounds like it's stoner music, I think, but it's great. His guitar playing is fantastic. I freaking love this album. Album of the year, Watch My Moves, Kurt Weill. Highly recommend you check it out. He's a great artist. I've got a ton of his stuff. What else they got on here? That's it. Yeah. Fantastic. Again, I think 2022 was a great year for music. I bought some great new records. So I hope everyone has a great day. I hope you'll check out some of these albums and let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite album of the year. New releases only, not reissues. And we'll talk soon. Sorry for barking and coughing all over you. Take care.